Howdy. Right, so it seems like we've got... It seems like... I'm not going to call this the Chaos tier anymore. I'm really tempted to. I'm going to wait until we get a couple more people in and I'll send my idea. I think I'm going to change the name, my name for this tier just a little bit. Do. No, to be fair, I was going to call this the care home tier, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a step too far. Or God's waiting room. I'm not sure. I'm yet to decide. But old timers sounds like it's got a good ring to it. And anyway, old man tier. Anyway, old man tier does work, but we got to bear in mind there's Fracas and the young lady Fracas. We can't insult Fracas too much. Hang on, I'm trying to multitask because I've got fucking people messaging me everywhere. Alright, we got a couple more minutes and then we will get going. So I see one of the watermelons is... I should think of something better. No, it's fine. It's just, like I said, we can't insult Fracas too much. Fracas, the young lady that she is, we can't insult her too much. So we got a watermelon up high. Finn's done really well. Nectar's struggled a bit. Just looking at the rest of the grid. Who's down at the back? Oh. What do you reckon? Shall we make a start? How long's it been? Ah, fuck it, it's been long enough. So, welcome, old timers. I know, that's the one and only time I'm going to say it. Piss take over, joke over. Welcome. Welcome to Tier 5 Comms here at Moo Village. I'm going to call it Moo Village because my dyslexia says in my brain I can't, for some reason, put words together to say Alice. No, it is Alsace Village, I think it is. Anywho, welcome. We got Cap in first, Nathan in second one, and another good qualifying session. Pippa in third, or Dexter in third. Very good qualifying session from them. Quack in fourth, surprising, I know. Makes a change, Quack's up high. Finn in fifth, really good qualifying session from Finn. Nectar in sixth, the current championship lead is all the way down in sixth. Excuse me, as the championship rival is in first, so Nectar has got some work definitely cut out. Yeah, who cares, it's French, I know, fair enough. Funny enough, apart from there and there, apart from 4 spots on the map, none of this is straight. So it's definitely French. It's weird, it's bizarre, it's French. Anyway, not to insult the French at all. Anyway, we then got howdy Nathan. We have then got, well, we got the young man himself in 7th. We got Schumacher in Schumacher, sorry. Fair enough. Oh, I see. It comes with wisdom, does it? Fair. I mean, to be fair, I can be quick. Then I just crash. I don't get distracted. I just crash. We then got Schumacher in 8th. We got Zab in 9th. We then got Monty in 10th, rounding off the top 10. We then got Monk in 11th. Obi-Wan in 12th. We got Slav in 13th. Blade in 14th. We then got Zimmer Frame. Put him in 15th, and then we got Beaumont, the only Frenchman in his home Grand Prix, in 16th position. To be fair, yeah, I know what you mean. I've got to be careful though, because my voice is portrayed, you're on the comments and you can sort of hide a little bit. I've got to be careful. Anyway, enough of me being careful. We got 5 red lights. And away we go as Quack jumps the start. I saw that. Did you jump the start? Did you jump that start? Oh, you did. You got away with it though. You got away with that. Pippa, however, got a lightning start, however not able to capitalise, unlike Auto and Amy on tier 4, as Pippa tries to go around the outside. Quack gets up the inside and Quack takes over from P3. Here comes Finn, as he's trying to have a look around the outside of Pippa. Can Finn get around the outside of maybe the pair of them, as Quack has a little bit of a lift or a break going up the inside. Here comes Nectar trying to go up the inside of Fracas and Pippa at the same time. Makes it work. Nathan goes out wide. Okay, this is alright, I'm going back. Okay, let's go back. I've already skipped back. Usually I get to about turn 3 before I skip back. I didn't even get past the start-finish line before we had to do a skip back. Now we've got someone else skipping back. Finn has a lock-up. So Finn doesn't run full ABS unlike a lot of people. So Finn locks up going into that corner, which allows Quack up to 2nd, Nathan down to 3rd, Pippa down to 4th, Finn still stays in the same position, Nectar's still in 6th, Quack is down to 7th, Zab's up to 8th, Monty's up to 9th, nearly in the back of Zab, now gone really wide, allowing Obi-Wan straight up the inside. Monk's down to 12th. What's going on back here? As Slav's ahead of Zimmer, Beaumont's in 15th, and then Blade is bringing up the rear in 16th. So let's jump back forward as Monty has a moment. So Monk's going to just go straight through. I want to jump back forward and find out what's going on up here. I'm going to take a drink. I tried this yesterday, it didn't work. It's worked today. I'm going to warm this up. I took a drink. The one time I took a drink, there is a car perpendicular to the track. Fuck's sake. Right, let's watch Maka as he put on his number plate down below on the M6 as he just touches Zab. He goes heavy into the corners. Okay. And this just causes chaos. So Schumacher unfortunately hits the back of Zab. Obi-Wan hits the back of him, to be fair, with nowhere to go. Obi-Wan with nowhere. Sorry, I've just done tier 4 comms and people in tier 4 are talking about it. I'm trying to do that as Zimmer frame. The man with the frame has gone from 15th up to 12th, so fantastic job from him. Beaumont's gone even further. He's gone from last up to 10th. Now about to potentially lose it to Monty in 11th. Let's see as Monty gets a little bit squiggly and sideways. Can Beaumont capitalise on that? No, I think the Corvette's straight line speed is just a bit too powerful. Although the inside line's going to do some justice. Let's jump back onto his point of view. Who's going to be bravest on the brakes? Monty holds the inside. Can Beaumont go around the outside? Keep the straight line? No, we can't. No, so Monty keeps 10th position as we go back forward. Let's have a look at the rest of the grid as Finn. Something's happened to Finn. So Fracas up to still in 7th, Finn down to 6th, Nectar up to 5th, Pepper in 4th, Nathan in 3rd, chasing down Quack, and Cap has just disappeared. Monty's still in 10th, followed closely by Monty, followed closely by Zimmer. Let's jump on board with Obi-Wan, so I have a feeling the move's coming up into this hairpin. I'm going to keep an eye on my mini-map to make sure everyone gets around alive. I see someone off on the grass. We're going to jump back in a second. As Beaumont goes up the inside and Monty, a lovely move further up ahead. Let's jump back, like I said. Let's figure out who went off. It's Finn. Did Finn lock up? So the reason why I know he's not running full ABS is if you look down here when I press circle in a second and press play, usually everybody in ABS looks blue. What blue? White. Unlike this, which is full locked up. You don't really want to be running weak or no ABS. Weak ABS you can get away with, so you can get a little bit more power out of the brakes, rather than full ABS, which hampers them. That, however, that's not going to do you any favours. Now, going further back, Zimmer is going to have a look at Monty as we go down the hill. Round the right-hander, does Monty keep it together? He's fighting with both Supras at the moment, giving one a little nudge and giving the other one... As Monty goes up the inside of Zimmer, can he make it work? He does make it work going into turn 1. Zimmer has a moment, so does Monty. Can anyone capitalise? Looking further back, Blade's making a good run. Blade's made a good run up to 13th. Slav's now down to 14th. Obi-Wan's down to 15th, and Schumacher's now watching this from a little bit further back and starting to feel a little bit more confident, I think, because he's getting pulled in. Yeah. So, weak ABS is easier to trail brake, yes. Thing is, if you run full ABS and you press the brakes as hard as you can, obviously, as everybody knows how ABS runs in modern cars, it starts to judder, but in this game it doesn't judder. It bounces the brake pressure off and on, off and on, off and on until it gets grip. Whereas if you have weak pressure, you might just lock a little, but you can still slam on the brakes mid-corner, as Blade goes a little wide coming out onto this back section, so he's not going to catch up to these two Supras. Let's jump forward. As I was saying, ABS in this game is weird. Where if you press full brakes now, like Zab's doing, if you had full ABS, your brake pressure would bounce on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Whereas if you have weak, it won't bounce as much. If you have it like Finn and have it set to like really weak / off, look at his brake pressure. He's got to be a lot more careful. And if you look back at turn 1, over in this corner, he hit Nathan because he locked up. So let's go forward. Let's try and find ourselves in there. There we go. Let's stick with these two for just a moment. Yeah, so I run weak ABS. It can make you understeer a little bit. You've just got to learn to be really, really gentle and progressive. You got to do more of your braking in a straight line, come off your brakes and almost come to about 5% brake pressure as you're turning. That's when you can start trail braking. On top of that, usually what I do, yeah, basically Finn set the difficulty to high. That's effectively what he's done, which he can do. He's got every right to do so. Which is okay. He's not going to lock up into this corner, but he's got to be. He's got no traction control. He's got really no ABS either. So he's basically trying to run this as he does a lovely move around the. I'm going to go back and watch that. He's got no traction control, as you can see on the right hand side by the throttle. Monk just doesn't really get a good exit. Finn gets a lovely exit. Good move from Finn around the outside, lovely and clean. Let's see if he locks up into here. There you heard that is, and you can hear that like the screech of the tyre. That's the tyre locking up. So that's where Finn will struggle compared to Monk in that corner, where Monk won't lock up going into the corner at all. He will still have it gripping. It's whatever you're comfortable with at the end of the day. Some people are more comfortable with weaker ABS, some people are more comfortable with stronger ABS, some people are comfortable with no ABS. It's personal preference. There are some top tier drivers in Gran Turismo that still do run ABS or traction control. A lot of them say, oh, it makes you slower. It can, but you don't have to not run it. I run traction control 1 and I still spin the car out occasionally. I still go sideways. It's probably because I'm pushing too hard or I'm trying to get too much of an exit, as Nathan goes a lot tighter than Quack actually. So Quack's just holding on at the moment. Yeah. So I actually didn't race this track, so I wouldn't know what really sort of good times are and what the differences will be. But anyway, back onto the race. Let's jump back on board with Nathan. As Nathan's starting to reel in Quack a little bit. Quack's doing a different, unique line going into the sequence of corners than what I've seen in the previous two. He's going for more of a straighter braking line, which is sensible actually. This means his braking's a lot stronger and he opens up the corners. He takes a later apex on turn 1. Starting to open that gap up just a little bit. Now both the Ferrari 458 and the Alfa Romeo 4C are both MR cars, so mid-rear engine cars, as Quack takes a late apex again, trying to capitalise more on the speed and the exit speed, which Nathan's going more for entry speed. And Quack's trying to eke out a little bit more of a gap. So going into the corners, Nathan's gaining. Coming out of the corners, Quack's slightly gaining, but not much though. As Quack gets a better mid-corner than Nathan. Nathan understeers just a little bit. Cap's gone. Cap's disappeared from this group. I'm going to leave these two here just a moment. As we got Finn, who has been who's now all over the back of Zab. Can Zab get around the outside? No, Zab understeers as we go around the lone left-hander. So Finn up to 7th as Zab's front left is gone. That's not good. His tyre wear here on lap 6 of 9, and he's having similar problems to both Tamu and Swavi in the sprint race in tier 4. Also, Monk's having a similar issue as well. So here comes Monty, whose tyres are much better. And then Monks. Can Monty get up the outside? Excuse me, as Monk goes tries to stick it up the inside of Monty on the second corner. No, but Beaumont comes through and just shoves his nose straight up the inside. Good move from the pair of these. Monk losing out 2 spots in basically, effectively, 2 corners. Can Monk try to respond and catch up to Beaumont? Beaumont, and that's not going to help you by any count. So Beaumont's just thrown his opportunity and his advantage out the window as it's now a drag race up the hill and coming up to this left-hander. As Beaumont goes wide around this turn 2, so we go into turn 3. Beaumont gives Monk the space. Monk tries to capitalise, he can't capitalise because his tyres are nowhere near as good as Beaumont's, and Beaumont goes through, going further back. We got Zimmer versus Blade. What's happened to Slav? Did Slav pit? Or am I missing something? Yeah, Quack is doing well. I'll give him that. Quack is doing very well. Your teammate, on the other hand, Dexter, not been so lucky this race. Down in 14th. Trying to chase Zimmer and Blade for 12th. As we jump back forward. As Monk's now all over the back of Beaumont again. Monk's gained some time as just understeers going into the hairpin. So this is going to allow Beaumont to... I said hopefully, this is going to allow Beaumont to just eke out some gap. So let's go back further forward, let's see what else is going on. Zab, I'm interested to see, does he come in or does he stay out? Stays out. Let's go further forward. As Nathan is still trying to catch up to Quack. And then, yeah, just... we'll leave Cap up here for a bit. We'll leave him there, he's not going anywhere at the moment. And Quack's taken smoother lines, which is trying to preserve his tyres. He's trying to preserve his tyres, I think, a little bit. Nathan's trying his best to keep up. Quack's opening up the gaps. Dexter's trying to catch up and trying to mingle with these two a little bit and trying to get stuck in. We've got effectively a lap to go. I'm going to go back again a little bit because I think the battle's going to be back here for a bit. It's going to be between this group and these guys back here. Schumacher's got no tyre at all. So Schumacher's having a horrible time. He's got no front left, basically no front right. As Zimmer takes a tighter line than Blade, goes a little bit wide. Blade comes across early. Zimmer goes tight on the entry. Blade holding it higher. Are you braking around that corner? Sorry, I thought I saw brake lights then. Okay, you're kind of braking a little. So Zimmer doing a good job at defending from Blade at the moment. But they are catching Monk. Monk's pretty much going to be in the same position as his teammate in a minute, with no front left and pretty much no front right, whereas Zimmer's on the mediums. Didn't even know it was that either, with still very healthy tyres. As Blade has a look up the inside, I think he's more defending from Obi-Wan actually. Let's stick with Obi-Wan for a minute. So no one in the pits, which means at the moment, which means everybody ahead is going to go on to this final lap. I want to have a quick look at tyres, just briefly for a specific. Yeah, this one's gone. So Zab's going to be very much in the clutches of Monty very soon. Potentially even Boomon. I want to stick back here for a minute though. Everyone's dropped off the back of this group as Zimmer has a look at the inside of Monk. As Zimmer just about keeps everything squared off. Monk has no tyre at all, so this allows nearly all three drivers through on one corner. So Zimmer and Blade go straight through to promote themselves up to 11th and 12th. Monk is just losing so much time at the moment. Here comes Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's going to try and have a look as Monk just can't get the car to turn at all and goes out onto the grass. So we go round the left-hander. Zimmer still defending from Blade as Zab's just been overtaken by Boomon and he's been overtaken by Monty. Monty's gone wide, so this has allowed Boomon straight back through. Is Zab going to try and get back past Monty? Monty sits in the middle on the racing line as he's allowed to, but Zab's got no front tyres. I'm going to go back because someone's already fit. Did I just witness something I was not meant to witness? I believe it was this driver. I'm going to go back and check. I'm going to go back and give Cap his moment in a minute. No, somebody else. Okay, so Cap, who we've not actually really seen or spoken about at all this race, he's just led since lap 1, disappeared. Fantastic pace, flashing the lights, showing his happiness as he comes around to win the sprint race, not the feature race. The feature's coming up, you numpty. As Quack does a fantastic job, starting off in 3rd or 4th position, finishing in 2nd. Nathan in 3rd, Dexter in 4th. So fantastic race from these guys. Next from 5th, damage control race I think for him. Fracas in 6th, Finn in 7th, Boomon coming around for 8th position. I'm a little bit more curious about what's going on back here. Actually no, we'll jump back forward, we'll come back to that in just a moment. As Beaumont comes from last on the pack to 8th, so a fantastic race from him. Monty holds on tonight. Zimmer gets 10th with a reverse top 10 for him. Blade in 11th, Obi-Wan in 12th, Zab in 13th. Suffered a lot with those tyres dying on him. So did Monk, who comes around at last in 14th. Slav comes over the line in 15th, and then bringing up the rear. Let's give him some limelight. Let's give him a little bit of screen time. Is Maka in the M6 with absolutely 0 front tyres. Yeah, Obi-Wan has had a lot of bad luck, to be fair to him. Here he comes. Schumacher comes over the line to finish, unfortunately, all the way down into 16th. Nope. Yes. So there we have it. There we have it. There's the sprint. Apologies, I'm just replying to my tier 4, it's a tier 4 as well. There's a lot of things going on. Do 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 do. Just join start comms again. No, I'm not going to. Go back to the start. No, to be fair, if you go back to the start, you'll understand what I mean. You'll understand why the yeah. Don't read the top comments. You can't read the top comments without going back to the start and listening to the first like 4 or 5 minutes. Do 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 do. Now I'm kind of hoping this is going to be a little bit more interesting. I'm going to choose my words carefully here. Interesting than my tier 4s. I was going to watch the start but went back to the future. Did you have a hot tub time machine by any chance? Yes, I'm young enough to have seen that film. As half of you start going, wait, you know what that is? Right, so the feature. So strategies I saw in tier 4, so I've got a slight idea now of strategy wise. You could potentially do the soft strategy, but you've got to make the tyres last. You kind of really got to make them last 8 laps, 7 or 8 laps to really make it work. Tier 4 drivers doing, sensible times can make them last 4 to 6 laps. So really the mediums are probably going to be the most used and probably the best tyre for this race. Again, you can either do a 2-stop medium. You could do hard to medium to soft, or I don't know, we could just do medium, or the 1-stop as normal. So plenty of strategy opportunities here. Is your special power, yet in the rain at Suzuka, your special power seemed to have been spinning out in the same corner nearly every single lap. Yes, I remember that. So we've got Zimmer Frame in first position on the mediums. We then got Monty in second. We got Beaumont in third. We got Juno in fourth. Okay, I was going to have a look, but fair enough. I mean, thanks for at least warning me what you're doing. We then got Fracas. We then got the Her Majesty herself, Fracas, in 5th position. We then got Nectar in 6th. We got Pippa in 7th, who's just told me the strategy that they're doing. Had you not told me, I would have gone, But fair enough. We then got Nathan. And so Pippa's the only one at the moment on softs. Nathan in 8th, Quack in 9th, Cap in 10th on the hards. Is Cap going long? Probably going long. Probably as long as humanly possible with this fuel tank. We then got Blade in 11th. Oh, fair enough. I thought not quite every lap. I know you span out quite a few times at Suzuka in the same part. I remember that. Or is it? It was definitely at least 3 times. Or am I wrong? Anyway, whilst we're figuring that out, we then got Blade in 11th. Obi-Wan in 12th, Zab in 13th, Monk in 14th, Slav in 15th, and then Schumacher or Maka in 16th, bringing up the rear. Actually, now we'll stick with cinematic. Should be good. So, let's see watermelon sticking up. Nope. A watermelon is sticking up for Mario and Luigi in the Ferrari as we start this feature race. Zimmer gets a good start. What's going on? Did Finn just lock straight up into turn 1? Yes, is the answer to that. So this is going to potentially allow Her Majesty straight up the outside of Finn, which is actually going to happen. So Finn, after locking up going into turn 1, this has allowed Fracas straight up the inside and taken up 4th position. So the only driver at the moment to make up a position as there's another lock up. And off goes Finn after being hit by Neck. Okay, let's go back and watch that. Okay, to be fair, that's not Nectar's fault. I'll explain why. In my view, this isn't Nectar's fault. Because as we come around the corner here, Fracas isn't... Oh, shit. Just a moment of your time. Here we go. So, Nectar's going to go around the outside, around sort of like the outside or cut in late. Fracas at the moment is following this white line. Finn's going that way, trying to go up the inside of Fracas. Locks up, because you can tell, because Finn's steering to the right. He's currently going straight. Fracas is going around to the right. His wheels are turning. At the moment, Finn's trajectory is going to take him almost into boom armor, definitely into back of Fracas, which does happen. There's the lockup. You can see the lockup on the ground there and the smoke. There's the contact. So Fracas, nearly getting taken out, somehow wasn't spun around. Don't know how. Yeah, don't know how. Nearly taken out. Finn's now lost all of his speed because he's hit the car up front, and GT physics is weird. Yes, yes, you could say skill. I'll probably say more luck of the leprechauns, being brutally honest, but anyway. We will let you have that as skill this time. So Finn's now lost all his speed, which is now, and he's now stopped right in the racing line where Nectar's going, and Nectar has quite literally got nowhere to go. Luck of the Irish, yes, I'd say it's luck of the Irish, but I'll let him off this time. I'll let him have the skill. You can see he's locked up from back here. Look at the tyre mark. He's just gone straight. I don't think that's Nectar's fault. The fact that Finn went from almost being stationary to being speared off to the left. Did Nectar get any damage? Finn definitely got damage. Nectar get damage? No. Somehow everybody else didn't get damage. So Finn's now just lost so many positions. Potentially about to lose some more. So Obi-Wan swiping around the outside of Zab. Everyone keeping 10th position at the moment. Let's go further forward as Cap on the hard tyres is chasing down Nathan and Quack. Nathan going up the inside of Quack. These are the two drivers battling for second the whole of the sprint races. Quack goes up the inside of Nathan and gets 7th position from him, but Quack goes off wide as he touches the grass, as that's not going to work for him this time. So through comes Cap from 9th up into 8th position. So Nathan's now keeping his 7th. Dex is up to 6th. Nectar's up to 5th at the moment, trying to chase down Beaumont. Okay, first of all, luck of the Irish has clearly run out. He's not put enough leprechaun gold in the pot. Second of all, what the hell happened? Oh, you actually took off the throttle this time. You nearly saved it. I give you that. You very nearly saved that. Luckily, you ghosted, because that would have been fatal. As both Mazdas are now at the back of the group. What happened to Zab? The same thing. So, both Mazdas having a horrible opening lap, as the two BMWs are fighting going around the back turn. We're going to come back for a second and give these two a little bit of limelight. So Schumacher now up to 14th. Let's jump further forward and let's... And funny, oh, there was the yellow flag, finally. So Cap trying to go up the inside of Nathan. Cap can't quite get up the inside of Nathan. Quack goes around the outside since Cap caught the grass and the barrier on the inside. Gets the exit on Quack. Even though Quack's on a softer compounder tyre on the mediums. Can Quack go around the out? No. Is he going to get the swing? No, he's not going to. He's not going to try either, really. Switchback or going around the outside. You love a loose rear, do you? No wonder you drive the Ferrari. Anyway, jokes and innuendos aside, we got Finn now making up position, trying to make up positions, trying to go on the attack and trying to get attack Blade Runner for 10th position. Let's go back forward again, as we got Nectar still trying to go past Beaumont, although the gap has now closed. Nectar needs to try and make his way through as Beaumont takes a very, very late apex, misses the apex completely. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's go from this angle. Let's see if contact was made. So Nectar completely misses the apex. I mean, doesn't even attempt it. Was contact made? It'd be about there. Yeah, contact's made there. I don't ever do this, but yep, there it is. Contact's made. So did Nectar did give him a shove. Round goes Beaumont, who was in a really good spot, is now stuck in the middle of the track. Good job. Gets himself off the track. And now he has to wait until finally Zab goes past. Brackus is now making up a little bit of ground. Let's jump back forward again, as Nathan and Nectar are both together. Pippa's gotten past Nectar. Let's jump back on board with Pippa. So obviously, oh, Dexter, sorry. So this happened, yeah, Nectar got caught. Yeah, obviously. Okay, that's what happened. So let's carry back on from where we left off. Now Cap's gone back past Quack, obviously because it's having a turn one. Quack's not done yet though. You probably could have stayed full throttle a little longer there, Quack. Gotten a little bit closer. Yeah, we've gotten a little bit closer. It might have helped you get a little bit closer than start finish and potentially attack into turn one. But you drive your drive. That's the main thing. Now going further forward, we got Zimmer still in the lead. We got Monty just behind Zimmer, and we got Dexter just behind Monty. So the battle for the top three is very much now on. So we go round the right-hander. Monty's a little loose on exit. Monty's not quite getting the corner speed he's after. Dexter's trying. Monty outbreaks himself going into this double right-hander, and through goes Dexter. Excuse me, as I start dying. As Zimmer shuts the door on Dexter. And now Monty's coming back. Monty's going to try and have another go. Not going to work. Dexter's quite high. Going to understeer. No, just going to keep it. As Dexter takes the lead, as Zimmer's now being helped. Now sort of being hung out to dry as Zimmer tries to go and does go around the outside, excuse me. Monty tries to go up the inside, now on the outside. So it goes Dexter in first, Zimmer in second, change for the lead, and Monty down in third. And here's Nectar, our championship leader at the moment. Now in this battle with Nathan just behind, and Cap's now catching up as well. So whilst these guys fight, let's come back forward. Nathan and Nectar trying to pick up some scraps. Monty trying to get past Zimmer, and this is just going to allow Dexter to disappear. So Dexter with the soft compounder tyre going to try and disappear and try and build a bit more of a gap. Nathan nearly in the back of his teammate. As Monty misses the apex, and this might allow Nectar to capitalise. Nope, Nectar's not going to get the exit. Monty's going to get a better exit. Nectar, I think, is more worried about defending from his teammate. Stick back here because we got a good view of everybody there. That's a good idea we did, because Cap just launched it. A lunge with a capital L worthy of Daniel Ricciardo up the inside of Nathan. I've got a lovely move going into turn 3. So next target, funny enough, is his championship rival in 4th position. Further back we got Quack, who's trying to have a battle with Nathan. We got a fight basically for first between 7 cars. Anybody makes a mistake here and they're going down to at least 8. At least. As Quack tries to go around the outside of Nathan, not going to make it work this time. Going further forward, we got Nectar, who's all over the back of Monty. Zimmer's all over the back of Dexter, even though Dexter's on the soft compounder tyre. Let's stick on board with Nectar for just a moment. Let's have a look. No, your tyres are pretty much gone. As Monty's all over the back of Zimmer as well, getting a lot closer. Cap can just be patient here. Cap's got the tyre advantage. Oh, as Zimmer has a moment coming out of the corner, going over the hill, so Monty goes through. Can Nectar capitalise? Here comes the Lamborghini. No, the Lamborghini's not quite coming. There goes Nectar up the inside. Can't quite make it work. Zimmer shuts that door. As here comes Nathan. Nathan's trying to attack Cap, trying to give his teammate a little bit of breathing room. And Cap holds the inside line, and Nathan's going to try the outside around turn 1. Does Cap go deep? Cap does go deep on the latter part of the corner. It's going to allow Nathan to switch back. Nathan gets the drive on Cap as well. But Cap's now got the inside for turn 2. Is Nathan far enough ahead? He is. He shuts the door on Cap for turn 3. As we go further ahead, here comes Quack as well. Quack's now into this. Potentially even Obi-Wan. So Cap's now back down to 6th. Nathan back up to 5th. Nectar's still in 4th. Zimmer and Monty are still battling for 2nd. And Dexter is finally pulling away with those soft tyres. But Dexter's going to have to pit soon. If Dexter doesn't want to lose too much time, Dexter would probably come in now. He'll probably come out. It'd be near the back of this. It'd be probably at the back of this pack. Probably a little bit further, actually. Ooh, okay, let's go back. Let's go back on to Nectar. So Nectar goes around the outside. Let's go back a little bit further. Excuse me, let's go back from here. So if Dexter wants to pit, I think if Dexter pits now, Dexter would probably come out around about this gap here, which probably might not be a bad thing. As Zimmer gets keeps it quite tight actually. Nectar gets a lot better of an exit. Goes around the outside. And then keeps it on the inside, keeps the inside line, lets it run out wide, blocks Zimmer. And this potentially allows Nathan around the outside of this berm. Let's see if Nathan can do it. Zimmer keeps it very tight. Very, very tight. He doesn't get the exit or the corner speed that they're after. And Zimmer's now been hung out to dry in. Zimmer's now down to 5th. Nectar up to 3rd. Let's jump back as Zimmer's now... Wow, how did Quack get through? So Quack's now got past Cap somewhere a little bit further back. Let's jump back and watch Quack as Quack gets a lovely switchback on Zimmer. Does he just drive it? He does drive it around the outside. Lovely job from Quack. Goes around the outside of Zimmer. Zimmer's now just falling back. He was first or second. He was first at one point. He's now going to... Oh my god. He pinches out Cap. Yeah, Dexter comes in, so... There goes Dexter, yeah. So Dexter comes out in 9th, so just behind this pack. Which probably is not a bad thing. A bit of open air, a bit of clean air, fresh tyres at the moment. Sort of battled with everybody else, killed off a lot of people's tyres as well, and they're all sort of killing their own tyres a little bit at the moment. So Zimmer able to hold on to 5th at the moment. Let's jump a little bit further forward. Nothing else going further forward, so let's keep an eye on these two here. So Zimmer getting a better corner and a better exit than Cap, but Cap's on the harder compound tyre, so can afford just a little bit to get a bit scrappy and used a little bit of tyre, not much. Let's have a little bit look further back. Let's have a little look at what people are saying as well. Right, let's jump back forward and let's watch these guys. Okay, nothing really being said as Zimmer again doesn't get the corner he's after, as Cap gets a better corner exit and more of a catapult, and then goes around the outside of the first corner and then up for the inside for the second of the hairpin. And Zimmer loses out 5th to Cap. Quack's now on the back of the two Alfa Romeos, so the two Alfa Romeos could try and work together to try and attack Monty as Quack tries to go very late lunge and deep lunge around the outside of Nathan. Not going to work this time. But looks like he taps the wall. What happens to Nathan? Did he just hit the wall? No, you just lose the rear a little bit and go out onto the grass. This is going to cost you big time. So you're giving your teammate a lot of space. Cool, okay, now you're dropped right back into Quack's grasp. And there's the switchback. Quack's now got a lot more drive, a lot better drive than Nathan did. So Nathan with grubby and dirty tyres struggled through turn 1, so it's giving Quack P3 at the moment. Looking further ahead. Monty at the moment very much in control of this race. Not far behind is Nectar. 3rd at the moment is Quackhouse with Nathan in 4th, Cap in 5th, Zimmer in 6th, Obi-Wan in 7th, chasing down Zimmer 4th, 6th. We then got Fracas in 8th and a little bit of no man's land. We got... Did I say Fracas or... Let's do that again because I have a feeling I said Fracas. We got Monty in 1st, Nectar in 2nd, Quack in 3rd, Nathan in 4th, Cap in 5th, Zimmer in 6th, Obi-Wan in 7th, Blade in 8th, Fracas this time in 9th, followed closely by Dexter in 10th. We then got Finn in 11th, well, it was 11th, now 12th, battling Slav in 11th, closely followed by Monk in 13th, closely followed again by Zab in 14th. Then we got Schumacher in 15th, we got Beaumont in 16th after having making a really unfortunate error and mistake on lap 2. And hasn't really recovered since. Let's stay with this group though. So Nectar's dropped right back off Monty. Quack's now trying to have a look and going to try and find a way past Nectar, and Nathan's going to try and help his teammate out as much as he can as we go. Let's see what happens as we go up to turn 1 as Zimmer comes in. No moves being made. It looks like Quack's got a slightly better exit. Wait, was that... Oh, Monty. I completely missed that because I shut my door. Oh, Monty. With a massive mistake. Coming out of turn 1. So Zimmer came in. I thought I misread that. Yeah, just it's a huge snap, and I think yeah, really hard to control something like that. It just goes straight back into Obi-Wan's path. Nearly takes out Obi-Wan. So Monty, our race leader, was in the lead and now down to 8th position after having a catastrophic mistake coming out of turn 1. Dexter up to 7th, Blade up to 6th, Obi-Wan up to 5th, Cap up to 4th, Nathan up to 3rd, Quack in 2nd, and Nectar now battling for the lead of this race. As Nectar goes a little deep, going around that right-hander, this is going to allow Quack and potentially even Nathan straight up the inside. Ooh, does, and here comes Cap. No, not going to try. Not quite going to work. Nectar just loses the rear, touches the barrier. Does he get damage? He just gets front bumper damage. Luckily enough, only bumpers damage. So Cap's now up to 3rd with a free pass. Nathan up to 2nd. So that's what happened here? I saw disaster before it happened. Nathan, I'd say that's a little bit desperate from Nathan. So Nathan with a little bit of a desperate move. I'd say, in my opinion, there wasn't really any way you could go. Taps Quack House, and this just allows Cap straight through and straight up to 1st position. He's now in a very good spot on the hard compound tyre, able to go long, happy to go long. He's got plenty of tyre now to use that he can use to defend as Obi-Wan comes in. This allows Dexter to come straight up to 5th. So Dexter's early stop on lap 6 is potentially starting to pay off a little bit. So let's follow these guys around turn 2 into turn 3. Fair enough, okay. He braked a little bit more than me. Fair enough. No, it's fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I could kind of see why you did it there. It did look initially like Quack was going to go wide, but then Quack gripped and went around. So no, I can see what you did. I get it. So Cap now starting to pull out a bit of a gap, starting to eke out a lead. Quack's now starting to lose out to Cap and now starting to fall back into the clutches of Nathan, who is he going to try and same move? I think he's too far back. Let's stay on board and let's find out. He does get a lot closer, he does go a bit deep on the brakes though. It's going to open up the gap a little bit to Quack. Nectar's not really sort of closing in at all. Further back we got Dexter, we then got Blade with a good run at the moment. We've got Monty in 7th, Finn in 8th, after having made a really unfortunate... Yeah, fair enough. We then got Finn in 8th after having made a really unfortunate mistake earlier on in the race. We then got Obi-Wan just come out of the pits in 9th, potentially going to look at making a move past Finn. But there goes Monty into the pits. And then got Zimmer in 9th position. Fracas in 10th after making his stop. Slav in 11th after making a stop on lap 8. Zab in 12th after making a stop as well. Monty coming out in 13th after putting some fuel in as well. We've got Schumacher in 14th, Beaumont in 15th, and we've got Monk in 16th. Currently standing. This Quack is losing out big time to Cap, and Nathan's not all over the back of him. So this is just like the sprint all over again. Ooh, as Quack goes really wide, he's out onto the white line. He gets the cut back though. He does get the cut back. Now looking further back, Dexter's starting to catch up to Nectar as Nathan doesn't do the same move. He does this time stop and brake and doesn't hit Quack this time. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, yawning just a little bit as Quack's still trying to hold off Nathan as Quack comes into the pits. So it's going to release Nathan. It's also going to release Nectar and Dexter, or Pippa as I used to call Dexter, onto the main straight going into turn 1. Yeah, it's more where I keep switching, I'm trying to cover a lot. It looks like a little look or a move. So Fracas has made up a couple of spots at the moment. Fracas is trying to make up to 7th, trying to attack Finn as Obi-Wan's just come out from pit, sorry, a lap or so ago. Fracas is now going up the inside. Does he get hit this time? No, he doesn't. So Fracas able to go through that corner, past the flying Finn this time without being hit. Whoa, that was close. Yeah, it's very close. So I think Finn's trying to do the one stop and potentially coming in at the end of this lap. Does Finn lock up here at all? Yeah, little. He does lock up a bit, which is just going to cost him. So Finn just cost himself a position just by locking up just a little bit. So everyone's now up to 8th. Fracas is now 3-ish in 7th. Zimmer's doing a good job in 6th position. Oh, I see. Okay. So they're both cats and you keep counting which one I prefer. Okay, watermelon. So Nectar's lost out to the watermelon in 3rd position. I'm going to start calling you watermelon from now on if you're going to keep count. Now Nathan comes in. This is going to allow Dexter Pippa into 2nd position and be released to potentially try and catch. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to catch Cap at this rate, but both Alfa Romeos come into the pits. So it's Blade. Zimmer stays out, Fracas stays out after doing on different strategies. Finn comes in as well. Quack does a good job at undercutting Nectar, but not quite Nathan. Nathan put a bit less fuel in than Nectar. Nectar was a bit farther back anyway. Right, so let's see what happens. That's fine. try and find ourselves a nice battle. It's probably going to be around here. This is the first time Fracas has been this high up for a little while. Who's just come out of the pits? Boomon's just come out of the pits. Okay. Yeah, we'll stay here. So we got the two young boys together as we come around the hairpin. Zimmer gets a better corner and a better exit as we go over the hill. And Zimmer also has a slightly faster car in a straight line. It's going to be an advantage to Zimmer down the straight, but that Mazda does have some good brakes. Fracas taking slightly different lines to try and close up. That was a better corner. Fracas got a much better corner. Zimmer does a little defensive shake to the inside, comes back to the racing line. He's entitled to do that. Again, Fracas gets a much better exit, much better corner. Gap's a lot closer this time, so we go up the hill. Under the banner, going around the left hand of a turn 2. Zimmer takes the inside. Fracas tries to stick it around the outside. Zimmer now sticks in the outside, tries to get like apex. Fracas's nose is there. Zimmer giving space. It's a good battle at the moment from these two. Zimmer giving Fracas space. So Fracas backs out of that a little bit. We can't do it too much though, because here comes Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan goes up the inside of Fracas. I think Fracas has been caught napping just a little bit. So through goes Obi-Wan. But Fracas has got a much better corner, has a little bit of a wheel lock with Obi-Wan, nearly goes into the pit wall of the other pit lane. As the overspeed, not going to try anything this time. I think there might have been a little bit of a collision there, just the way that everything looked. So Cap comes into pit. Dexter stays out? Dexter stays out, yeah. Oh my god, I've just gone from 36 to 73 comments. Okay, I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. I'm not going to look at that because I'm not going to read over 30 comments in 2 seconds. So Fracas gets a much better exit than Obi-Wan. Can Fracas go up the inside? Fracas does go up the inside of Obi-Wan into turn 1. But Obi-Wan gets a slightly better exit. Zimmer's now going to try and disappear whilst these two are fighting. Obi-Wan can't get alongside Fracas, so this is Fracas' advantage. Obi-Wan goes a little bit wider, looking for a bit cleaner air. As we go a bit further back, we've got Nathan with Cap just behind on a brand new set of mediums. With Quack just behind them. Nectar in 8th. Let's jump back forward again to the battle for 3rd. Mugs by Obi-Wan, yeah. Yeah, you have been. Go round the left-hander, looking a bit further back. Nathan taking a slightly tighter line than Cap. Cap's a little bit further back at the moment. So let's go back forward. Let's go back forward another one. Zimmer's now back under attack by Fracas, but this time he's not alone because this time he's got a little queue of cars behind him. So Fracas has got to be careful. So Dexter Pipper comes into the pits on lap 14. That was close with 12 laps to go. So Pipper's going to try and go to the end. Zimmer comes in as well. So Zimmer's come in. Fracas has got maybe another couple lap or so before he has to come in as well. Excuse me. So, as Obi-Wan gets a bit sideways, is this going to allow Nathan? It is. Nathan's now going to get a better exit than Obi-Wan's going to allow him straight up. Currently now to be inside, and so is Cap. Cap's now going to go up the inside of Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan, having made a little mistake in turn 1, is going to cost him. Cap's now going to try and go around the outside of Nathan. Nathan's showing him where the door is and showing him out the door, and says, no, I'm keeping this spot. Now Cap's still very much keeping the pressure on. No defensive move from Nathan. Cap using all the road and a little bit extra, trying to keep up, trying to get the speed. Fracas takes a late apex. Nathan takes a slightly earlier apex as we dip into the right hander of the banked corner. Fracas gets a better corner. Nathan can't quite stick with him. Nathan gets a little bit of a nudge from Cap. What do I mean 12 to go? It's not 12, it's like 6 to go. 8 to go, sorry. 7 now. I'm not 7. What do I mean by 12 to go? Jesus. I can't count. So as we come plummeting down the hill, Fracas at the moment leads. Nathan's going to possible. As Fracas comes in, so Nathan now leads. Cap is in second, Obi-Wan's in third, and we've got Quack just behind in fourth with Nectar in fifth. And then we've got Dexter Pepper in now currently sixth. We got Monty in seventh. Yeah, Blade's going to keep 8th. Zimmer's going to get 9th. Going to undercut Fracas. Quite nicely, actually. Then Finn has only put fuel in. Well, no, Finn stayed out. Sorry, apologies. Finn didn't stop that lap. Apologies, I got confused. And then got Schumacher in 12th. We've got Zab in 13th. We've got Monk coming into the pits in Slav now in 14th. Monk into the pits in 15th. And we've got Beaumont in 16th. Let's jump back to the battle for the lead. Excuse me, ooh. I saw that. You're not getting away with that one. Ooh. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So, Quack goes a little wide into the right-hander, which is going to cost him dearly. He's now got damage on the front and front left, so this is now allowing Nectar straight through and potentially even build a gap to Quack. As Obi-Wan now blinking fuel light comes on with 6 to go. Nathan doing all he can to hold off Cap, as Cap tries everything, every angle, every opportunity, every little gap to go for the lead of this race, as he immediately tries diving up the inside. Nathan doesn't offer the defence. Nathan breaks early. Cap breaks late. He gets the move done. Lovely move. Late braking into the second to last corner of this track, and he is straight back out into the lead. As Obi-Wan comes into pit to grab some fuel and maybe cut some fresh tyres whilst Obi-Wan can. This promotes Dexter Pepper up to 5th, Quack up to 4th, and Nectar up to 3rd. Now I'm going to bring some Formula 1 logic into this because I can. Nectar's quite far back from these two. I think he's too far back to really be a potential threat. So Sonic, Nectar and Cap are in a title fight, so really if this was me, if I was Nathan, if my teammate was in a title fight with Cap, this driver here, if this was me in this spot, I'd probably say, look, give me till the end of 22. If I can't get closer past him, okay, give me till this point here where I spin out. I nearly take out my own teammate. I'm going to have a look at that. Okay, we'll come back to what I was saying in a moment. Oh, that was close. I'll tell you what, lucky that this ghost system works. So, Quack's now up to 3rd, Nex is up to 2nd, Dexter Pippa's now up to 4th, Nathan still holds on to 5th, quite comfortably at the moment from Monty. But what I was going to say was, gap to cap, if I was in 2nd, if my teammate was in a constructors fight, title fight, sorry, with the leader, I turn around and say to him, give me some time, and try and close the gap, try and fight him. If I can, great. If I can't, we swap. Because obviously sort of driver's title going into the final 2 rounds, every point matters. Now, Quack's dropped off a little bit from Nectar, Cap's just doing cap things and disappearing. Let's go back through the rest of the grid and let's see if we can find ourselves a juicy battle. As Monty's got a pit before the end of the race. He's going to pit next lap, so strategy call from Monty, not been too bad. I think it might have just been the wrong strategy to be on. She's got Zimmer and Blade behind Monty, definitely within the pit window, on a better strategy. Then got Fracas in 9th, you got Obi-Wan in 10th, which is probably where Monty's going to come out. Oh, you're right. I didn't know you drove in VR. Fair enough. Comms might not be a bad idea. My teammate Yuri and I, we jump in a PlayStation party, and actually it's quite handy. Especially around tracks, for example, like the Nürburgring, where you're trying to watch fuel, you're trying to watch weather, because if you're interested in what happens, watch Tier 4 comms tomorrow. Two people can be keeping an eye on things at the same time. On top of that, if one driver's looking at the pits and you want to know what the gap is behind you, then you can ask, and if your teammate's behind you, can turn around and say what's the gap behind. When they get a second, they can have a go and just have a quick look up at the gap and go 2 seconds. So you then know what you're happening. So I've seen clips from drivers in ALR with, Monty's just losing tons of time now. He had quite a nice gap to Zimmer initially at the start of the lap, now he's going to drop right back. Might even drop back to Finn. Yeah, Finn's going to jump into the top 10. What about Schumacher? He might even be jumped by Schumacher. Depends how much fuel he needs. Yeah, he's going to get jumped by Schumacher as well. So Monty not having a great strategy race at all. Let's go back forward. Let's stick on this camera angle for a little bit, because I haven't used this one for much of the race. Apologies, as I just had something quickly going on my end. So, right, let's go back and actually do comms properly. Apologies, I had something going on my end. So, Blade not having a great couple of corners at all. Here comes Obi-Wan. round the right-hander. Blade just gets it really wrong, going around the long right-hand banked corner. As Fracas has now been released and is now free to go and chase Zimmer. Zimmer going up to the hairpin. I'm just trying to read the comments on the stream as well. Yeah, I've seen how the HUD's laid out on the VR and I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you've got to turn your head to the right to look at the radar, yet you're trying to focus on where you're going. On top of that, I don't like the flag system and how that works. I don't like the fact that, because we've had it in Tier 4, where we've had VR users being lapped and they thought a car was coming up behind them to battle them and it's the leader. Or it's P4 trying to get through past them because they're lapping them. So Fraps all over the back of Zimmer. Can Zimmer hold off for the next 2 laps as we're going to jump forward and see what everyone else is doing? Nectar has managed to pull a nice gap to Quack. Dexter Pepper has pulled Quack back into their sights and is potentially going to try and contest for 3rd. So we might actually see a watermelon on the podium for the first time in a little while, or maybe even this season. We then got Nathan in 4th after making a really unfortunate mistake earlier on. We then got Fracas going right into the right-hander. Yeah, I get it. Like if you can customize it in a way, the VR headset, where you have something permanently up here like the flag, you've got something permanently down in this corner, so you can change your preset, and you permanently got like your tyres down here. I'd be quite happy with that. Maybe even like your lap counter position up here. I'd be happy with that. Like these I don't care about, this I don't care about. Maybe some of this, yeah, or at least gaps front and back. Be quite cool. But I don't like the fact you've got to turn your head. Oh, Stewart's might get involved. Okay, spicy things. I love spicy things. So, just having a quick look through the rest of the grid. What happened to Zimmer? What did I miss? Apologies, I'm going to go back just... What happened to Zimmer? That explains it. Funny enough, that describes his car. Let's go back forward again. I think we got to about here. So as we go around the right hand at Cam, to off turn 1, Fracas has a little moment. Oh, fair enough. Fracas has a little moment. Obi-Wan closes the gap. Nathan sort of in no man's land, coming up on the back of... Who's that? I can't quite tell who that is. Let's jump back forward to these two. Oh, I know who it is. It's these two. I thought that was an orange car for a second. It's not, it's these two. So, Quack. Ooh, can you make it to the end? So Cap's just doing Cap things. Nectar can Nectar make it to the end as well? So Dexter can push Quack really all the way. Let's go back, let's come back, let's come back. So Blade goes round the wide line of this banked right hander. Can't quite get the line that he's after. Let's jump back to Zimmer. Zimmer goes up the inside of Blade, makes it work, so Blade now loses out 2 spots in one corner. Zimmer keeps 9th. Blade can't quite keep up through that corner, is tired. Tyres are not quite with him. Finn keeps 8th at the moment. Let's go back forward. So these two both stay out. Quack might lose out 3rd this lap as we're on the final lap of the race. I want to go back to these two, give these two a little bit of limelight. I'm glad I did, because Monk's got engine damage as well. So Monk's not having a fantastic race at all. Monk was battling with Beaumont for 15th. Has made an error coming out of the corner and has slammed it into the wall, and Cap's now coming around the same corner, as we're going to stick with these two for just a moment. So Quack goes high and goes wide. Ooh, Pip had a little bit going into before going into the back of Quack. Can Quack make anything happen? Can keep it on the road. Goes a little wide. Dexter's got a slight better exit, but we're going to jump on board and forward to Cap as he's won in the sprint race. He's going to take the victory here in the village of Alsace and take victory in the feature as Nectar comes around the last corner. As further just in the background, Quack at the moment is just holding on to 3rd position as Nectar comes over the start finish line to take 2nd position. Quack holds on to 3rd, Dexter in 4th, Nathan in 5th. Fracas comes over the line to take 6th position here. Oberon comes through in 7th. Here comes this group of 4 or so cars. Zimmer takes 8th position, Juno in 9th, Blade takes 10th and rounds off the top 10. Monty finishes in 11th, a race to forget I think for him. Schumacher in 12th, Zab in 13th. And then we'll watch these final 3 drivers. We'll give Slava some screen time since he's not really been shown or mentioned much this race at all. Is he going for fastest lap? You're welcome, Fracas. We'll have a look in a moment. Can't quite get fastest lap this time as Slav comes over the line for 14th. We'll watch Beaumont come around and then we'll actually let's go have a quick look. No, you did not. As Beaumont comes over around the last corner, comes over the line for 15th position at his home race. And here comes Monk after having a very unfortunate mistake the previous lap. And here he comes over the start finish line, probably another race to forget for him. So let's have a quick look at the standings before we go to the ring. Where are they? Here they are. So the standings currently stand as follow as Cap takes over for the race. Currently takes over as our championship leader. He's our championship leader by 14 points to Nectar. So Nectar's got a lot of work to do over the Nürburgring and and over at Interlagos in Brazil for the final round. We then got Nathan in third position, 51 points behind his teammate. We then got Zimmer in fourth, and we got Zab in fifth position. Over on the constructors side, we got the Alfa Romeos about 68 points ahead of the Lamborghinis, with the Lamborghinis in second position and the Toyota Supras in third, only 8 points ahead of the Mazdas in fourth position. Don't really think the other Lamborghini Huracan, I don't really think the Lamborghinis can get to the Alfa Romeos. Could be wrong. I don't know. We will see what the next two races show. But yeah, well done to Cat for taking over on the championship standings. Hard luck, Nectar. You had a really tough race here. Best of luck for Nordschleifer, which will be tomorrow's comms, and then once we're on to tomorrow's comms, you guys are then up to date again before we head to the final round in Brazil. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.